Hi everybody, I'm Captain Floofers, and welcome back to Jet Force Gemini. When we last left off, we basically played our way through Vila's path in the first half of the game, and we are now at the boss of Icor Military Base, Lurg. Greg was unable to join tonight, so I will just be playing by myself. That's okay, I hope. I may not be playing for too long, because Greg wasn't able to make it. I kind of went out with my brother, and it's a little bit later now, so we'll still be hopefully clearing the boss here. And it's been a while since I last fought the boss, so I don't know how well it'll go. And then I'll at least start the Lupus path. I don't know if I'll fight the boss when I get there or how far I'll play into it. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to be recording for too long tonight, but maybe at least an hour and a half. We'll see. So yeah, all we need to do is just clear the boss here, and then we're off to. We actually unlock Lupus's path after this. Unlike Vila's path, which was unlocked after Juno cleared his second um, planet or area or whatever you want to call it. Vila actually has to go through her entire path and clear her boss in order for Lupus to be unlocked. So, that'll be something, I suppose. So yeah, Lurg is pretty big, as you can see. When I was a kid, I didn't know any of the boss's names. I used to call the Fet Bub, I used to call King Drone, and then Lurg, I used to call the Queen Drone. And then Lupus's boss, I just called the lieutenants or whatever like that. They're called the Mecantids, and we'll see those when we get to them. But now I they'll know them by their names, so I just refer to them by their names. Now, if I remember correctly, it's beneficial to get rid of the little gun arms there. Also, she drops. I don't know if it's a he or a she or whatever, but it drops these exploding maggots. Looks like we can actually lock onto these upper arms first. There we go. Now we'll lock onto. Is it just it looks like it's just. Oh, we destroyed the body. I thought that was part of the cutscene. It's like how in Fetbub, I thought you could destroy the the big horns on the sides of its head, but that was actually during the cutscene after killing him that happens. And I also don't know what's up with these homing rockets. They're not. They're just kind of like flying in circles for like no reason. That's weird. Well, there's no point in taking cover if I'm just gonna like blow myself up with the rockets. Yeah, we seem to be getting rid of the gun arms. The gun arms are gone now, so I guess all she has left are the exploding maggots. So let me swap to this, because she appears to be too fast for the missiles. Alright, that was really easy. Oh yeah, so that was tons easier than the first boss. So yeah, as we'll see, we'll actually, as I've mentioned before, I should say, we are going to be unlocking Lupus after this bit, but I do still want to go through Mizar's Palace with Vila and just kind of cap off her path before we go on to the next character. Also, it's playing the Mizar's Palace music already. It's weird. So I did put a, I did quickly find a Floyd picture to put underneath in the blank space where Greg usually is. Primarily because I didn't necessarily want to keep the Sopranos meme picture down there. Like, I know that I'm no stranger to swearing on this channel. I'll say fuck every other word just because that's how I talk these days. But I don't know. It just kind of hits different when I have a picture up the entire video that says no fucking face cam now. So I don't know if I just want to like have like a perpetuated F-bomb just like on the screen at all times. I don't know, it just feels kind of different than just, you know, swearing every now and then. Right, so I've just been talking through this, but it doesn't really matter. Either way, so the reason that Vila was meeting up with Lupus at Icor in the first place was so that they could get on board the spawn ship, which is this blue ship here. Unfortunately, because apparently Vila had to take a breather after defeating the boss, she was a little late in, well, Lupus rendezvoused with her, but she was a little late in getting to the ship, and it's taken off early. And because Lupus has jet feet, he was the only one of the two who could actually make it to the spawn ship before it took off. Yeah, all of the drones that were here in the cutscene are now gone. So I guess Vila just killed them, and then she can just go on to her pod here. Oh right, I forgot I'd killed those two that were down in the in that little I don't want to say ditch. It was more like a recessed area with a it doesn't matter. I killed two tribals by accident, and I had forgotten about that. So we're gonna pick Vila again just so that we can cap off her path here. She's gonna go straight to Mizar's palace. I don't have anything that I feel the need to pick up that I missed, because I really didn't miss anything. I do have, on my little kind of flowchart playthrough thing I wrote down in Notepad here, I do note all of the capacity upgrades, the ammo capacity upgrades, but I'm not 100% worried about those. The main thing that I'm looking at these for right now is just to kind of affirm if I'm going to be trying to go for all of the tribals in any particular area on the first go through, because as I've mentioned before, we are going to have to collect all of the tribals by the end of the game. Well, in order to actually clear the game, but considering that during basically the second half, we are going to be revisiting many of these areas anyway. Like, if we need a particular, like, different character to collect all of the tribals, or save all the tribals, I guess collect is kind of a weird word for that, may as well just, like, hold off until we actually have to come back with the character that can actually do it. Now we're in the Flume area. This is Vila's paths area, because Vila, as I mentioned, is the only character that can go underwater, so they kind of show that off with this area here. There aren't any actual enemies down here. I don't think there are any tribals in this area, or at least in this room / immediate area that we're in. There are pickups that we can get. Unfortunately, with swimming underwater, we don't have to worry about like an air supply or anything like that. We can just go. I'm kind of doing a like stick to the right wall sort of plan here, because I don't know the area by the back of my hand. Like I said, it's been like a couple of years since I last played. But I am 99% sure that there are no tribals in the underwater area. That wouldn't make any sense. And I know for a fact that there aren't any enemies down here, so we can just take our time. Just kind of finding all of the capacity upgrades, of which there are 5. We got 2 of them already. But altogether there should be 1 for pistol, 2 for shotgun, 1 for machine gun, and 1 for grenades. That's actually the path out. Now there are tribals in the area. But they're in like side rooms and such. And I'm pretty sure that some of these side rooms will also have drones in them. But that exit that we just bypassed is actually the exit forward to the central like pyramid area for Mizar's Palace. And we don't have to do the summon the pyramid thing again. The pyramid is already there and will stay there. So we just basically, when we go back into that area, we just have to lead Vila into her door on the pyramid. And that's it. Now, hopefully this follow the left wall plan isn't going to lead me in circles or anything like that. That would be... I think it might be. Because this looks familiar, and we just kind of... Yep, there's the exit again. Alright. So, let's start following the right wall from here. But I don't have like a map of the maze or anything like that, so I'm just gonna... I will do my best until I run out of patience and look up a map. Let me just do a double check to see how many tribals are actually here. There are 6. That's just something to keep in mind. There aren't a lot. They might all be in the same room now that I think about it. Where does this way lead? I mean, it'll lead to more fucking water tunnels, but... You know what I mean. So I'm considering the kind of area this is and the way I'm going about doing this. Oh, there's another capacity upgrade. From here, there may be bits where I, just kind of cut until something happens. But we found the machine gun capacity, and we also found a full heal, which is nice. Not that we really need it at this point. But if there are any particularly long strings, like bits of silence, I might cut those out. Let's go this way, actually. Were we just here? No, but it looks like there should have been something there. I'm pretty sure I didn't collect anything. I was doing some thinking earlier today. I thought about possibly going back and continuing Shin Megami Tensei on SMT5, I should say, on camera, but I still don't know if that's going to be something I'll do. Actually, here's the side room, I think. Yeah, this is it. So there's 4 of the tribals right there. Actually, I think this is the exit, I think. Is that the exit? No, there's no beacons saying as such, so I could probably just go in here and there's more stuff. Yeah, it looks to be the case. There's another tribe. The other 2 tribals up here. I should just grab him that way, just in case there are any like ninja drones or something like that outside of my purview. And there's just the last 2 capacity upgrades. Okay, so there is literally nothing else that we can do here. So I may as well just go ahead and cut to where I make my way to the exit again, because there's, yeah, literally nothing else I can really show off. So 2 seconds, I suppose. Alright, there's the exit. But unless this is the entrance. Oh, it's the exit. Okay. Oh no, this was the entrance. Oops. Why did it show a, Why did it show a green, though? I guess it's because I was going to be loading into another... Because I always thought, like, if you were going back, like, leaving the area, but going backwards, it would be red. Well, either way, sorry about that. I'll go ahead and cut again until we find the way out this time. I just had a thought. Now that I think about it, I should probably find my way back to that side room, because the side room might actually be the way out. I think that, that waterfall or whatever that's against the wall in that second open space is actually the exit. And I just, like, misremembered as being a, side area. But yeah. Alright, be right back. Alright, here we go. Okay, so yeah, let's double check that, that waterfall. I guess the tribals are technically back because I, exited the area and came back in. See, I think the area where I came back out in the central area... Yeah, there it is. The red represents the end of the area. I forgot, because I'm a silly. But hey. There's the pyramid. Now we just gotta find the blue door. That's something, I never really explained how I know which door goes to what. You have these kind of weird symbols that represent the characters, but they also have colors that represent them. Juno is red, Vila is blue, and Lupus is green. The color was more prevalent, I think, in pre-release screenshots I saw back when the characters, at least Juno and Vila, were more. They were basically meant to be more like kids, and they were, you know, smaller. But they also had different looking armor, and Juno had basically red armor, and Vila had blue armor. I don't remember if Lupus had green on him or not, but green is the Lupus color. Not the color, I don't think, when you get Lupus, but like, you know, the obvious joke. Honestly, I don't know how it took me that long to just get it over with, but yeah. So you just gotta... They each have this kind of cutscene that goes with them. Honestly, I don't know what the point will be when we get Lupus here, because right after that, we're going to be just... The three of them will meet up, and then we're just going to be playing the game again. Anyway, there's Lupus. Good boy, etc. But yeah, the as I mentioned before, the main thing that or each character has like their own kind of personal trait that sets them apart from the others, because otherwise they all, control the same, and they get the same weapons and all that. Juno can walk through lava basically without taking any damage, and Vila can swim. But Lupus has jet boots on his feet and can hover. This becomes a little pointless-ish in the second half of the game because of reasons that we'll get to. But there will still be areas where it is, something that we do need. The hovering and all that. And as you can see pretty much straight away, because they always start us off on a pistol start, with each new character starting off their first area, they have been kind of introducing more and more things at the start. Like, just straight away, we got our first health upgrade, and the machine gun, and the grenades. Oh, not the grenades, actually, the plasma shotgun. And there's capacity upgrades straight away, too, for the pistol and the machine gun. I gotta stop hitting that button. Now, much like the Sekhmet, the spawn ship only has the one area in it, the troop carrier. And we will not be collecting all the tribals on this, because we actually have to have Juno to be able to get them all later. So I won't be going straight away after the tribals. I'll just be kind of making my way to the end and picking up any capacities if I find one. Sure, I'll pick them up. But like, there are areas that we can't even get to with Lupus that have tribals in them, so they're not going to be a priority. Should probably also change my weapon to one that has ammo. Lupus can also fly pretty far, especially if you jump higher, because the burn doesn't really have any kind of like ammo or like fuel or anything that you need. It'll just like indefinitely go until as long as you're holding down the jump button. I do have machine gun ammo now, so I can just do this. So it sure is nice of us to, Sure is nice of them to put like shield drones right here. We don't have anything that can easily, account for that. Like, shurikens or something like that. Oh, there's a sniper down there, too. Let me just kind of get rid of him before he becomes a problem later. Oh, there are additional shield drones. Just kind of continue my very flawed strategy of just like kind of trying to circle strafe, while also running into things and taking a lot of damage. Because while you can take cover behind things, it's not like, like a Gears of War or anything like that, where you can just like kind of snap to the box and duck and then like peek around the corner or anything like that. I mean, you probably could do that if you were really good with the controls, but like the controls are, well, they're not like unintuitive. They're not really kind of set up for that sort of thing. Like, there isn't really a way that you, like I said, like if you could snap to like the box and peek around the corner or whatever, that'd be one thing. But also in honesty, like, Gears of War was the one that kind of, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but I think that was the first game that really kind of capitalized on that kind of gameplay and really made it work. I haven't really played Gears of War that much. I I wasn't really into first-person shooters at that time. I was more into RPGs and stuff, and I actually kind of got annoyed when games started shoehorning in a focus on that when they didn't need to. Now, unfortunately, I fell down here, which means I have to find my way back up. I was really kind of hoping I would get rid of that big drone, but apparently that wasn't in the cards for me. So now I gotta take care of these guys. Do I have any ammo? Yes, I do. Because the problem is, like, the machine gun is the most effective weapon I have on these guys, believe it or not, and because I mean, even with capacity upgrades, the just the amount that I have available to me, the amount of ammo I have available to me at like any given time is just so low. It runs out nearly immediately. But yeah, that's a thing that you have to contend with in the spawn ship, is that you have the possibility of falling down to the bottom floor, and then you have to make your way back from the start again. But because Jet Force Gemini is the way that it is, we don't have to, like, you know, re-kill anything. Actually, we might be able to, because we got the red key, we might be able to skip some here. Let's do that. Let's skip a little bit. Oh, we need the gold key, actually. Not the gold key, the yellow key. Alright, that one wasn't me. That was them. They killed that guy. Oh, it was a ninja drone. That's why. Okay, that wasn't a... I was looking over there because I thought that might have been like a capacity increase, but no, it was a tribal's head. And I don't want to pick up any tribal heads. They really don't count against you or anything. It's just, I don't want that. Look, I already got like 2 splash damage kills on my conscience. I don't think I can I don't think I can deal with actually having physical heads in my inventory. As much as they don't count against you for anything. Like, you know, Jeff's not going to get mad at me or anything like that. Alright, well, I guess I can't get at you. Is this... This isn't where I was. I'm just kind of backtracking now because I decided to skip, like, part of the level. Okay, this is where I was. Okay, so this is the, Oh, it's a life force door. Brilliant. So, the issue that I have with the pistol sometimes is because of how it works. Like, it's nice to have, like, an accurate sort of single-shot thing. But the problem with it is that it has, like, an overheat meter. And, if you shoot it too many times, like, there's even, like, a little bit of rapid fire if you hold the button down. But even if you just, like, shoot it quickly and, you know, you want to because you're shooting at stuff, it has a tendency to overheat very easily. And thus, you know, your rate of fire just tanks. Okay, I don't have the green key. Yeah, I don't have any. Man, it's not like the pistol's a bad weapon or anything like that. I also appreciate the fact that if you run out of ammo for the pistol, there are an infinite number of weaker backup shots that it has. But yeah, that's the main thing that's kind of holding it back from being like a decently tiered weapon, if you will, and that's just the fact that it overheats very quickly. So I think I'm going to have to drop down one of these side rooms here, because I don't have a yellow key, and I definitely need that to proceed. I'll collect the ant heads. The ant heads are good because the ant heads will actually give me stuff if I collect enough of them. Actually, how many do I have? I actually don't know if they carry over between characters. No, that's tribals. Why was I checking that? Inventory. They're under inventory. I'll save the game. Do you just save the game? No, they don't carry over between characters. But if I do get 100 on any given character, I will activate Rainbow Blood. Because I just think it's neat. Alright, so I guess I'm going to have to... That's the way back to the beginning. I'm going to have to search some of these side rooms here. So I'll probably fall into them anyway at some point, but like I need to get that yellow key. There's a tribal. I think I was in here before. Actually, I don't think I was down here. But yes, I do. I have been in the room at the very least. I did cross those platforms before. Let's try you. There's flyers. Alright, well at least I have full machine gun ammo because that's the most... Oh, damn it. Get you out of the way. I know it really doesn't matter, as I've mentioned, but still... If I see them, I don't want to just, you know, necessarily let them die or whatever. I don't know. I'm just not going to worry as much if one, you know, if they die or if I don't get all of them, because I'll be getting all of them later anyway. Did I go in? That's where I was. What's up in here? Alright, more guys. I heard tribals yelling. Great. Just kill ones that'll drop ammo for the machine. Well, actually, these crates might have machine gun ammo. Yeah, there we go. At the very least, it was nice of them to, like, jump down after me down here, because that means that when I come back here, looks like I might come back here another time, then I won't have to take care of them then. So good. Alright, well... Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I missed one of these rooms. This is the one I was already in. Have I checked you? Yes, this is where the flyers were. And judging by the list of weapons that I can get while I'm here, I might be coming back for that capacity upgrade. Alright, looks like this place, okay, yeah, I do remember getting everyone in here, because yeah, that's a Life Force store anyway. But according to the flowchart here, it looks like again, this is the water room, so... Okay, then. Alright, so the bottom floor does not have the key. At least I've been able to suss that out. But it basically, from what I'm looking at here, like right after the red key, I would get my next gun, and then the yellow key right afterwards. Maybe not right afterwards, but like those are the next things I'm getting. Maybe if I just don't try to take shortcuts again. I don't know, maybe that might help. Can I get all the way around on one boost from a box? Because those platforms are more. I think they're meant to be more of a challenge for like Juno and Vila. Yeah, we're good. Good to know that I don't actually have to use the platforms to get across. That's at least here. I know here I do. Because there's no way that because when I'm hovering, I'm still falling very slowly. Oh, I thought I had infinite boost. Oh no, that's the other thing. I don't have finite fuel, but the boost only can go for so long. May as well pick up the money every time I come back in here. Alright, one moment, I'll get back to where I was. Actually, I think it might behoove me to take the red key doors to get back to where I was, because this just eventually leads me back to where where I got the red key anyway. Yeah, this guy here. Just get rid of him once and for all, because he's annoying me. Please die. Finally. Okay. Alright. So with that, every room that I've been to, every room basically from the farthest I've been up to the beginning has been cleared out. And there shouldn't be anything else fucking around with me. I can't go through the green key door yet. The green key is not a key that I get in this area. This is the area with the 4 platforms. Now I know I can just skip that. Taking the shortcut does... I mean, obviously taking the shortcut will skip it, but, like... I know to what extent... taking the shortcut does. Let me just go down here. Where's this? Is this back to the water area? No, this is back here. Okay. Alright, give me one moment. I'll go back to essentially the where I dropped down, where the red key doors are. 2 seconds. Okay, so I should be going this way. And if I remember correctly, I actually do have to go into one of these. Okay, I can make it. That's good. Alright, and there's the yellow key. And also, this is where the sniper rifle should be. Also, I like how Juno and Vila shoot the gun chests to get them open. Lupus just howls at it. So, that's the thing. Okay, here's why we need to come back with Juno later, because there are rooms that you can only access by hopping down into that lava, and we're not going to do that. For obvious reasons. So there should be just like one gun and the last health upgrade for this planet left. I say planet, it's a ship, but still. Planets and ships are the same sort of world or whatever. And I missed those. Looks like. Alright, well, we're not leaving yet. I'd like those other things. especially the health upgrade, because health upgrades are important. Was it back in the gold key room? The yellow key room, maybe? Maybe I overlooked it, like I did with the other thing. Maybe it's over here. Maybe it's in this room someplace. Oh yeah, there's the health upgrade. Again, if I just looked behind me. Now, I don't know why I wrote down that I can get the shocker here, which is like a stun gun sort of thing. I am 90% sure that that's in a chest that I can't get to right now. It's not like I'll be using the shocker that much anyway. It's not a particularly useful gun. But I do like, at the very least, having all of the guns. Just, because they're neat, I guess. But I will look into that and probably come back to that some other time. But there. So I'll just, like, leave this bit there. And now we're off to the second world on Lupus's path, which is Rithessa. You may remember the amazing mining mole brothers from the previous video. The guy that we talked to on Cerulean talked about how his brother has a mine on Rithessa. And we won't be seeing the mine today, but there is indeed a mine here. It's the only mine that the Mole Brothers have left. And they absolutely employ tribal slave labor. Also, this is probably my favorite song in the game. I don't know why, but it is. But there are 2 areas that will be... I think there's like 4 areas total on Rithessa, but we'll only be getting to 2 of them today because we need like other characters and keys and stuff. Like the mine is through that blue key door, and Lupus can't even get the blue key. It's the only key that he can't get. Otherwise, there are 5 keys total in the game. Red, yellow, blue, magenta, and green. And the only key that is locked off to anybody is the, what's in here? That would be the, homing missiles, right? Yep. But the only key that is locked off to anybody is, Lupus cannot get the blue key. Lupus can get all the other keys, and Juno and Vila can get all 5 each. But no blue key for Lupus. So he can't go to the mine to rescue the tribals. So that will be something we'll be doing much, much later. We're currently in the Bluff area, which is actually an area that, probably as you can tell... this is the Bluff, right? We're not in a, like a hub area that doesn't have a name on it. I know it popped up at the very beginning. Yes, we are in the Bluff area. Okay. But as you can see by those tribals that are up there, we can't get all of the tribals in the Bluff area with Lupus in the first half of the game. So we won't be getting all of the tribals here. However, there is another area that we'll be accessing called the Interior. We will be able to get all the tribals there. I think there's only 4 of them. It's a kind of a smallish area, and I don't even think that it links to the next level at all. I think you really, like, for progression, just heading straight to Mizar's Palace. I think the Bluff is the only area that you have to go through as Lupus to get there. But we do have access to the Interior, and we can get all of the tribals there. So I will be doing that while we're on Rithessa here. And then we'll be heading into... the third world for Lupus, which is Escabone. And Escabone is another one of those ones. There are a couple of areas I remember when I first played through this as a kid. There were a couple of areas that really gave me a hard time. Like I was stuck on them for I don't remember exactly how long, but I was stuck. I don't remember if I was particularly stuck anywhere with Juno. I do remember Toffret being a pain in the ass, as we've seen. But I don't think it was too terribly bad. I think it just took me a few tries to get through, to get past Fat Bub, and that was it. With Vila, I know for a fact that Icor was like the roadblock for me for the longest time, because like even though like I was able to get through it fairly easily, frickin' no, aim up at the. Sorry about that. Even though I was able to get through decently easily on in the last video. Oh yeah, we're gonna die here. I think we have to kill all of them. We have to kill all of them to get through. And we only have one hit left anyway. Might as well take the hit and die. And let's go back and get some more fucking machine gun ammo, unless we get some on the way. Yeah, we get a little bit. Oh, there's also those fucking stag drones. Drop a little bit. I shouldn't even be using the machine gun. I need to save this. But just the sheer amount of enemies in Icor really gave me a hard time when I was a kid, and I think I was stuck on that for at least a little while. But the one part of the game that really sticks out in my memory as being like the hardest bit for me back then is the boss on Escabone. I was stuck on that probably for weeks. Is there a ledge here? There's no ledge. It's okay. It's fine. It's not like I have to recollect tribals or anything like that. It's a fairly short level here, from what I remember. Really full-on machine gun. Not full-on machine gun. But yeah, the Escabone boss. I think I was stuck on that for at least a week or two of just repeated attempts. I could not get it for the life of me. Now the last time I played, I think it only took me like 2 or 3 tries to clear the Escabone boss, and it wasn't as big of a deal. But I don't know how I'm going to do this time around, and I really want to, like, I don't even know if I'm going to attempt it tonight. I think I might wait until Greg is here again, because if he can help out with Floyd, that might be the ticket to like easier success with it. Now I really didn't need it when I played the last time I played. Like I said, there's cluster bombs in here. I'm pretty sure that I actually played through the entire thing without anybody playing as Floyd. Like my brother didn't play as Floyd with me on that playthrough, and it only took me a few tries. But okay, yeah, this is the this is actually the entrance to the mine. Yeah, mine key is required. Okay, so the door that I mentioned before with the blue key, that leads to the Ascent, which is the 4th area. I got it wrong. That's cluster bombs also. The other thing was the tri-rocket launcher. We got our health pickup from the top of the doghouse. I think you can actually go into the doghouse and get stuff. Yeah, it's just health pickups. But this dog here, Flopsy, is the name of the dog. If you'll recall when I was talking about how the fish food could be used to distract something else that's hostile, Flopsy is what I'm talking about. You cannot kill Flopsy. You cannot damage Flopsy. You cannot stop Flopsy from pursuing you unless you distract her if you have fish food. And even that doesn't work that great. Sorry about Flopsy. She gets bored being stuck way out here. Actually, I get pretty lonely myself sometimes. I don't suppose you've got anything that could take my mind off it all. I'd make it worth your while, of course. Nobody regrets doing business with old Fernando. Let's say you help me out. I'll let you to take a look around the mine, okay? Go on, it's really interesting. Great historical value. And if it's tribals you're after, you can barely move for the little pests down there. That's assuming Flopsy hasn't sneaked in and eaten some since the last I looked. So what do you say? Any offers? You'd like this? No, I don't. You don't have anything that tickles my fancy. I'm a literary kind of guy, if that's any help. Call again, and if you find something I might like, and try not to get too badly chewed on your way out. Yeah, we'll be finding an item that we can give to Fernando much later on, and in the second half of the game. But for the time being, we will take our leave of this area and move our way forward toward the end of the world here. This might also be the Ascent. Actually, now that I think about it, the original blue key door that I pointed out is not for the Ascent either. It's not for any new area. It actually leads up to those tribals that were up on that cliff. And the interior actually is required to leave. So we do need to make our way through here. There are 4 tribals. Make sure not to kill any because we do need them all. Because we won't really be coming back here. I'm not gonna... Probably won't go after the stag drones on top of the bridges or anything, because it's just gonna be a waste of ammo and time. I'm pretty sure we don't go up there anyway. I'm just keeping an eye out for the remaining 2. Make sure I'm not in a position where I'm going to be hitting them with anything while shooting at other things. Right, there's another one there. That's 3. We might not even have to kill any of these guys. Well, I mean, I say that now, and then we're likely going to run into a life force door eventually, but we can figure that out later. Oh, we are coming back up here. That's the stag drone I spared earlier. Well, let's pass by him for now. Again. It's kind of... Oh, no! Oh, that was lucky. Oh, dear. Okay. Alright, that's all the tribals. That could have gone much, much worse. I was not... looking ahead. Just I was shooting at the shield drone, and there she was, just standing in the middle of the path. I'm extremely lucky that that after a certain range, the machine gun becomes inaccurate. Actually, there's the end there. I don't know if I got all the capacities. I think I'm missing one. I don't think so. I'm not going to use... I think it's the plasma shotgun was the one I missed. I'll worry about it some other time. Alright, so now we're on to Escabone. I don't know how far I'm going to go in. I might just get to the boss area and then call it, because I really don't want to. I mean, I might like do like an attempt. If I get it on the first try, then I'll just finish up and go to Mizar's Palace. But if I don't get it on the first attempt, then I'll take the option of not forcing myself to get frustrated and just wait for Greg. Oh, and in the approach, we are getting all of the tribals, so best be careful and keep an eye out, won't we? Now, Escabon, as you can see, is basically like the lava world. However, something I should point out is that the lava world is not like the majority of the world. As we'll see, there is another very large feature. What's wrong with you guys? I don't know what that was about. But there is a very large feature that more or less dominates the theming of the planet. Only the first area, the approach area, is actually lava themed. Oh dear. Oh dear! No, grab that health. No, jump higher, you fucking... No! Oh, there's one of the health upgrades. Great, I hate that I only have pistols. Well, no, I don't. I have homing rockets. Said I have homing missiles. They're not homing. That's one. Well, that could have gone better, I think. And there aren't any other tribals that are off, like, to the side here, are there? Additional platforms or anything with tribals on them? No. Also, I do need to make sure... Well, I was about to say, I need to make sure that I need to get my other health upgrade before moving on, but no, the other health upgrade is in the next area. Pretty sure. So, there's this fellow here. We just got some grenades. So you can probably guess what we're meant to do here. So what we got to do is just kind of... I don't think he can hurt you. I could be wrong, but I don't think he can hurt you. But the goal is to toss grenades into his mouth. And that kills him. I'll come back to him. I just need to find where the... I think I'm still missing 2 tribals. None of them died, I don't think. No, I'm just still missing 2. So it would behoove me to find them. Oh. Speak of the devil. Alright, so that's the tribals taken care of. I got the health pickup. I've got everything else I think that I need. Let's restock on grenades. This guy is the next area. I guess there's another room or two. before we get to that. But yeah, there's drones in here and everything. But yeah, the remainder of the world here that we're going to be visiting is just in this fucking sandworm or whatever. Well, not really a sandworm. Lava worm. Do you guys not drop machine gun ammo? Pistol ammo? What the... God damn it. What the god damn it. Okay. This is gonna kinda suck. Alright. So yeah, this is just the first room. This is, I guess, the last room of the approach area. But yeah, that's why it's called approach. That's what we're approaching, was this this giant worm monster. And now we're inside. There really isn't any other way to put it. Right, let's see how much farther we can actually just go here. Because you don't always have to kill everything. But again, it wouldn't surprise me if this ended up being like a Life Force door and I had to go back with, you know... Yep, there's a Life Force door, and I've already wasted all of my machine gun ammo. Well, I can't. I can use this. Sure, it's tight quarters, but that's how it's going to be for most of the remainder of this this planet. Is yeah. And I keep hitting C down, which is normally crouch, but Lupus can't crouch. Because I guess dogs can't crouch even though they kind of can. And he just howls instead. He's still alive. Plasma shotgun is not very good if you don't charge it, but he's very fast, and that's still not enough to open the door. Cool. Now, it's not a huge deal if I die. I can just, you know, come back in with full health and take care of what I didn't kill yet. But it is annoying. I know I'm not the best at handling my my machine gun ammo. I do tend to waste a lot of it on missed shots because I'm more versed in panic firing than anything, but it's also like the best weapon I have. So I'm going to tend to want to use it, and I wouldn't say it's upsetting that nothing is dropping any machine gun ammo, but it is annoying. And I'll be going into the next area with very low health, but if I remember correctly, the next area also has a decent amount of health pickups that I can just get. So that's nice. Because like the starting room for the next area is basically an open area that doesn't have a lot, if any, enemies in it. Actually, there's still more to go. Oh no. Actually, it's not that big a deal, but like, it's still annoying. But if I don't mind standing still, I have a sniper rifle. Unfortunately, these guys, I think they're called Rhino drones, but the big unfortunate thing with them is that they move around a lot and are very quick. And I'm not the most accurate. I know I said before that I am a pretty good shot. That's in real life. Doing actual target shooting with an actual firearm. When it comes to video games, mileage may vary. So now we're in the thorax. We will not be getting all of the tribals this time around. These tribals in particular we can't get at, currently equipped as we are. There is also a side exit to the third area of Escabone. We will not be able to access that either for the time being. So it's basically just we have to work our way through the giant worm and out to where the bosses are. It's pretty much going where you think it's going. There is a merchant here. Diamond Geezer, as he refers to himself. Actually, I don't really need to check my money. Money respawns when you leave and re-enter an area. I have more than enough to both heal myself and push the wrong button and refill all my ammo. I only need 15 total for all that. The pushing the wrong button part is free, but it is good to know that there's an infinite supply of money like right next to him. So it all works out. Alright, get away from me, you awful thing. Alright, now we're back at full, ready to go. Actually, there is another thing I want to try over here. I think this is just a fuel pad. Yeah, it's just a fuel pad, okay. And it gives you the ammo for all of your explosives. So that it accounts for anything that you might have blown it up with. Which is very nice. Now this area really isn't much of a picnic either, but it's not like the most difficult thing in the world. Like I think I had a harder time with Icor than I did the Thorax. Again, bosses notwithstanding. It is kind of nice that I don't have to worry about the tribals here. Because it's just like, you know, one other thing to worry about. How did I miss one? It is a fucking... How did I miss two of them? It's a narrow fucking hallway. Did they just, like, appear? Were they, like, you know, not rendered in and then just, like, appeared behind me? That fucking sucks. There's some flyers in here. There's some more rhino drones over here. We've got a bit of a split in paths. Now there is a magenta key door over there. We don't have the magenta key yet, but we will be getting it. In this level. In fact, I believe that this door over here leads to the boss. We just have to loop around and basically find the magenta key first. pan up. Aiming isn't really difficult. It's just that unless you actually like physically move the camera up and down, when you're not, it's kind of like, you know, GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. By default, the reticle snaps back to the center of the screen, and sometimes just getting it to move just like a little bit can be kind of tough. Sort of like you know, like in 3D Zelda when I'm trying to make slight movements in archery minigames. And I found that this controller does do a little better than that, better with that than most modern controllers, but it's still not like exactly how I remember it being. Because with the original controllers, I could just, at least with undamaged by time and Mario Party joysticks, like not that they're that bad, but like it does tend to wear down a lot of their the usefulness on that respect. At the very least, the 8-bit Do one does have like the actual joystick itself is made out of metal, so it's not gonna like rub away or anything. It's not gonna wear down when subjected to Mario Party, or at least Mario Party 1. But I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that thought. The I do still have a controller that does still seem to work. I thought that like the Z button was broken on it, or whatever, but like I guess not. Or like I thought there was like one of the buttons, either the Z button or the B button. One of the buttons, I thought was fucked up, but the last time I used it to try to aim in a Zelda game, which was decently recently, that rhymes. It seemed to work fine. So I don't know. But I also count myself lucky that the for what it's worth, the joysticks on our old controllers aren't as worn away as some of the others I've seen over the years. There are some that I've seen on friends' controllers that were worse then than how like mine are now, which is kind of funny. And if I remember correctly, that was primarily Mario Party did that, or at least Mario Party 1. I remember because they there was a whole big kerfuffle with Mario Party 1 with just how Nintendo expected everyone to rotate control sticks in a game where spinning a joystick really quickly was the key to winning a very competitive game. And I don't know if it's just like a cultural thing between Japan and good old US of A, at the very least. I can only imagine that the Japanese players would be a lot more reserved in how they handled that kind of control scheme. But at the very least, in the aforementioned US of A, when we played those Mario Party games, you know, so just, I know this is digressing a lot. This is where my brain is going right now. What Nintendo wanted you to do was to take the thumbstick like this with your thumb and your forefinger and rotate like so. Whereas what we did as kids was we just like slapped our palm on there and did that. Um, this led to many a child, not including me, but many a child getting all kinds of blisters and peeled skin on their palms, and it made parents incredibly angry at Nintendo. Why would they do such a thing? Because they probably didn't think that people were going to actually do that. They thought we'd be a lot more reserved, like the Japanese players, but no, this is America. And there are a lot of competitive children here. A lot of competitive children, and if they find a way to better make the thing happen so that they can win a video game, you bet your sweet bippy they're going to do it. And that led to a lot of worn-down joysticks on controllers. There was a lawsuit involved. Nintendo started, like, giving out, like, free, like, gamer gloves to people who played Mario Party like that. And even changed it so that Mario Party 2 forward, they didn't have rotating joystick games anymore. They had quickly alternate hitting A and B minigames. I still have my my copy of the original Mario Party. I haven't played it in years. The last time I played it, I went to Greg's house. I don't know exactly how long ago this was. This has to have been at least 10 years ago. But I went to Greg's house, and they had an N64, and I brought over my controller and Mario Party, and we did a 4-player game. It was me and him and his wife and another friend of ours, and I was Yoshi, and I won. That's what I remember from it. And not because I won, but because, you know, it was a fun time was had by at least most. I don't know. Mario Party is one of those games that gets certain people very annoyed and heated when they're not winning. I don't know if anybody who... I was about to say, I don't know if anybody who frequents the kava bar that I frequent is watching this. But chances are they're not. Nobody watches this. But regardless, there's the magenta key. Regardless, there are people who like to play. They have a Switch there, and you know, they'll play things like Mario Party and Super Smash Brothers. There are people who get mad at Mario Party. There's one person in particular who is infamous for getting heated at performing poorly in any video game. And if people are watching, you know who I'm talking about. If you're the particular person, you know who you are. Here's a Floyd mission. I don't think I have to do this for anything, but might as well while we're here. Now, the one that we did in Mizar's Palace is basically kind of a was set up as a you actually have to clear this to progress sort of deal, and it was basically kind of like the Floyd mission tutorial. So it really wasn't super strict. It wasn't super strict on you know, on what you had to do. But normally, as we'll see with things like this, you know, you have to collect a certain number of items, like I'm failing to do, and then you have to reach the exit within a certain amount of time. And you'll scrape against walls and stuff like that, as seen here. I gotta really practice at these if I'm gonna be... Yes, I failed. I only got 5 of the things instead of 8. But unlike the one seen at Mizar's Palace, all of the other ones in the game, of which I believe that there are there's 4 others, including this one, there's actually a ranking system, and I swear, if you miss a line of items, it's barely worth it to go back for them because you're just gonna fuck up every time you try to get the line of items again. But there's a ranking system, so you get different, you know, colored metals, like, you know, your bronze, silver, gold. I think there's like a super metal as well. A few of these, I think that this is actually one of the ones that you have to play eventually. But some of these will actually give you special items for clearing them. And I think you have to have like a certain metal level for some of them. Yeah, I got merit, which means I cleared it, but didn't get. I didn't beat it quickly enough. But the medals will show up on your screen and whatnot, on the inventory screen. I will not necessarily be doing all of them. I'll do the ones that are required of me to get items that I will need in the last half of the game. Yeah, see, here we go. This is actually the boss door. Sure enough, we're at the end. But yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way to do all of them. Essentially, it unlocks stuff for the multiplayer, competitive multiplayer mode, which I'm not going to be focusing on or collecting anything. In fact, if you might have seen some of the little totem poles pop up. I'll put one up in post and point it out. But you saw that thing there. If you activate those will also unlock things for multiplayer for you. So let's just take a look at this cutscene here. As you can probably tell, we went in one end of the worm, so we got to come out the other end. Poop jokes. We came out the worm's asshole. And this leads us to the boss of Lupus's little run here, which are the Mechanids. But there's a little cutscene here before they show up, so yeah. Much like all the other bosses, we have an infinite number of tries to destroy them. There are 2 of them, and you pretty much have to, like, fight them in phases. It's not like Lurg, where you could just, like, chip away at all of its body parts, and it, you know, was really easy to do. No, this one, there are 2 of them, and basically, the one that's out first, you have to destroy its arm, and then it'll swap places with the other one. All the while the other one's shooting at you too. I mean, we'll see when we see it. But like, you have to shoot one of them's arm, and then shoot the same arm on the other one, and then the other arm, and then, you know, it's very phase heavy. Again, the tail is something that you have to get rid of too. It's this is not a particularly fun boss fight, I don't think. And that's kind of why I was hoping I would have Greg here before attempting it, because having Floyd does help, because Floyd has infinite ammo and has basically accurate pistol shots, don't have any cooldown. If you're playing as Floyd, you can just aim, just hit the Z button all the live long day, and you're helping out a lot. But Greg is not here, so I'm at least going to show off one go at this boss, but like, I don't expect to win. But like I said, if we do win on the first try, I will go ahead and I'll do the Mizar's Palace level for Lupus, but that's not going to happen. So I'll just show it off, and then we'll cut the video. It's been a good hour and a half. So, yeah. So the first thing I think we shoot at is the laser arm. Yep. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of homing rocket ammo. And this is not the only mechantid we're fighting. Like I said, there's another one back there. And we pretty much got to do this sort of song and dance with all of them. You do have these little rocks that you can hide behind as well. However, they can only take a certain number of hits before they are actually done, and they can no longer act as cover anymore. So that's a little annoying. So that's futile. I don't know even why I'm trying. Now that I think about it, I think it might be possible to shoot at the one behind you, but, like, I don't remember that really being a thing. But yeah, as you can see, it's... I don't even know why I wasn't even targeting with the last rocket I had. The last missile. But, okay, we got the other arm. Then we got to deal with the tail. Or does he jump back? Yeah, okay, then the other guy shows up. Then we got to take care of his arms. And he's going to shoot missiles from back there, too. Okay. May as well go with the machine gun now. I know it's not super accurate, but, like, neither are the tri-rockets. The tri-rockets are only really accurate in that they have a huge blast radius. But, like, this has small bullet. And small bullet can miss easily when they spray out like this. Oh, missiles. Hit the arm a couple times. I think I might have the targeting down on the arm, the scythe arm now. There we go. Okay, now the other guy's going to come back. Now I think that the target is going to be the tail. Yeah, it sure is. Oh, great. Now they both come down. Neat. Well, I'm out of good weapons, so, I don't enjoy trying to aim with my thumb on the thumbstick, but also use the same hand. Like, my right hand is what's moving me. My left thumb is on the analog stick, so I'm trying to aim my reticle with it and keep it, like, in a precise location, which is easier said than done because it tends to snap back to the center. But, like, the same hand that's trying to aim is also the one on the fire trigger. And basically what I'm saying is that this would be a lot easier if it would let me use ZR instead of ZL. Or at least, it would actually be better if it would let me alternate between the two as I wanted. And not just the left one, and then the right one brings up this stupid fucking menu. I mean, I know I can change it. Oh, not really. Not really, because, it's saying the Z button because it... Okay, I forgot. It actually is interpreting this as if it's one of the official, like, N64, the Bluetooth N64 pads for the Switch. And it just happens to have a... it just happens to have a ZR button that it can use. But this is the only thing that can be Z, and when you change the controls on that menu, it's changing per the, like an N64 controller. So it can't change what interprets as Z, it can only change what Z does. But that's all the time I've got for tonight. When we return, hopefully Greg will be here. I'm not going to fight the boss without Greg, I don't think. I think that Greg is going to be helping with the boss. I think that's the best way that this is going to happen. So hopefully he's here next time. And if he's not, I really don't want to break the momentum I've got going with JFG because that's what happened with SMT5. And I don't want that to happen again. I want to finish things, but I'll probably find something else to do if Greg's not here because I really want to play with Greg especially for the boss battles. But we'll see what happens. But until then, I've been Captain Floofers, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?